Okay, Iwi, all about love. I'm doing a name decoding. I'm very excited about this name decoding. I believe you are from Australia.
Yes.
And can you please say your full name?
Bobby Boris Gubeka.
Bobby Boris Gubeka?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Wow, fantastic. Well, we know that Australia relates to Ostara. Ostara is a name for Venus, in which you and I relate well with, I would say, abusive females, because everyone's phosphorus. My etymology means the morning star. It's a female, and isn't it ironic how we have a lot of issues today with family, especially females, opening up about their abuse, right?
It's funny. I think Venus is my moon sign. I was born on November 23, 1978, year of the horse as well. Sagittarian,
Ah,
half man, half horse. And my sun sign's Sag, my moon sign's uh, Venus or Virgo. I
aha,
may have made a mistake. Yeah, and
sure.
my rising is 15 degrees Taurus as well, I think.
Whoa, 15 degrees Taurus, 5 and 1 is 6 is Venus's number, carbon 12, 6 protons, electrons, and neutrons, damn it. So you're able to, let's just say, yeah, I don't play. You are able, see, some people have a frequency where they're able to handle the way, let's just say women like to ride the rodeo. In this culture of the mechanical bull, that whole sort of, it's like women showing their sort of version of testosterone, conquering the male symbol, you know what I mean?
Um, mm,
But what can happen with
I,
that? It's a ritual, right? The ovaries are antennas, and men, the testicle is an inverted or outverted version of this. So when women abuse us and the sex life, and they don't know who they are, it makes it very hard for, let's just say, us to move forward on Mother Earth. Yes or no?
yeah, totally agree.
Great. So now that being said, your first name, I'm going to do the letters. So your first name is what again?
Bobby.
Fantastic. So
Bobby.
B, great. B is a 2. Great. BO, I believe, is a 6. Yes, it is. Great. BO. And then BB. Wow. +2, +2. That's 3 2s, man. That's already Venus, man. And you have a 6 there. Wow. And then a Y, I think, is 7. It is. Okay, for your pH balance. And your middle name is Boris?
Yeah, I don't really use it, but it's just on my passport, Boris. Boris.
It's important to have your full name. It's a full mantra now. It's a body of evidence, but living in a corporation, it's a body, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's important. So good. So B again too. Wow. And then O
yeah.
6. Yeah, this is interesting. BOR is a 9. BOR. I is a 9. Good, very good combination there. BORI. And then S is a 1 from Mars in red. And then your last name.
GU.
So G is a 7. Good. Plus U is a 3. Very good. And then what's next?
BE.
BE. B is a 2. Wow. Plus E, I think, is a 5. Yes, it is. Uh huh. And next?
CKA.
CKA. Wow. C is 3. Wow. CK is 2. And A is a 1. Wow, man. This is going to be interesting. All right. Let me just make sure I did that right. Yes, the K is that. All right. So here we go. I'm going to equal this. I'm going to simply do this like all my other readings. This is to show people that watch this that it's really about making connections because everyone is pretty much divided with ego, with their status. Yes or no?
Absolutely, I feel it everywhere.
Yes. If you're unique, if you think differently outside of everybody else, you're damned. But you could be very talented. Doesn't matter today. Everyone is sort of struggling. So okay. Wow. Wow. Okay, so I'm gonna.
Can I also give you like I also noticed the American way of my date of birth like in Australia it's usually the day and then the month. I think in the States it's the month and then the day, correct?
I believe so. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Just to put it out there for you, what I've noticed, uh, the American standard, November 23, 1123 is the first four numbers of the Fibonacci sequence. When you add 1123, 1978, it adds up to a number 5.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently I'm a 5. I was also born at 7 p.m. as well. So 5 and 7. Dan Winter's knowledge about heart coherence. 7 spins outside, 5 spins inside. Something with the heart. So 5s and 7s, numerology is coming through. That's what I've noticed. That's what I feel. Being a Sagittarian, being also born in the year of the horse, half man, half horse. 1978 is the year of the horse. I think it's an earth horse in Chinese astrology.
Yes.
And that's what I can impart to you. I don't know if it helps or not at all, or I just wanted to share that knowledge with you.
No, thank you.
Feeling that I'm getting, yeah.
I'm grateful that you actually have the wisdom of your own understandings, because everyone has a number, a bicep and a tricep, and relates to some kind of a rhythm in which if we merge our numbers together, we make a Kabbalah, meaning a body of wise spheres of thought. The sphenoid bone in the brain means a sphere. A celestial sphere is mentioned in Isaiah in the Bible. So this is not a game. So I'm going to ask you. So I'm seeing a number for an elder. I already know that your mother, you've mentioned that there were some issues there, but does the year 1969 or the numbers 6 and 9 mean anything to you? And just take your time. And it could be in anything, sexually, metaphorically. 69 is what you got here, buddy. It's a very powerful number.
Apart from strong sort of sexual connotations, apart from that, I'm not quite sure. 1969. I don't know, dude. Like, I'm not sure. Whether it's got anything to do with probably my grandparents on my mum's side.
Think of someone in the 60s. Think of anyone in the 60s. Something important, a person in your life. There's someone that represents this number that is adding to your 5, because 6 and 9, I believe, is 15. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's 6.
Yeah,
so
5 on 6, yeah.
This is your Venus. This is your challenger. So this might be mommy or another female. Any other females that are older or maybe that were influential for you?
I don't know whether directly, perhaps indirectly. I had a reading from an astrologer, French lady. She said she felt something about a lot of transference, a lot of issues when I was conceived. Well, when my mother was pregnant, I think my father was playing around with other women. There could be some bird in the 60s that he was still, sort of having extra relations with.
Yes.
I don't know. That's a negative context. Positive context. Bobby Charlton, my grandfather, massive Man United fan. The Busby Babes, back in the 50s and 60s. I don't know. This is English sort of football connection with heart and soul. I don't know.
6 and 9 also relates to cancer. Is anyone close to you, and most of us have had this, have died of cancer or some sort of illness that was older or that you sort of are still maybe trying to heal from?
Look, not that I know of. Parents are still alive, but they're really not healthy at all. I think they're due to die of cancer, to be quite honest with you. And that's what sort of transformed my life. But yeah, dude, I'm really not sure. Something happened in my childhood. First 2 years, first 5 years, 40 years, complete blackout. Something was taken away from me. I don't know whether...
Okay, good. So we're pulling here. So I'm going to ask, do you remember anything when you were 6 or 9 years old then that you specifically, there must have been an event. Did the ages 6 and 9 mean anything to you in terms of this trauma?
6 and 9. This is going to be super weird. I did have this discussion here in France with a lady who apparently speaks with entities, and I said to her, "Look, something happened to me when I was super young. Could have been at age 6 or 9. Grey. I saw shades of grey people in a kindergarten. I remember being, they work with my trust and and then they were feeling touching up my genitalia. I remember telling my mum later on, something happened there. Something was taken away. Something was influenced, and I don't know what they did to me. But I remember this man and this woman, touching my private parts and examining me in some way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, your 6 and 9 is a sexual number, and so then we're having a psychic moment, yes or no?
Yeah, look, and the French lady said you're something about Chiron, the wounded healer. You're a very, very impressionable child. You were like the golden child, and these yeah, something was taken away from me. I think out of fear of realizing who I actually am, my true power. And it's time to get it back. So yeah, it's some sort of sexual connotation. I don't know. She was talking about Lilith, the Black Lilith,
Yes.
responsible for the five fallen angels, the five archangels that fell was because of her. And she was telling me this story and how it's connected with me. I don't get it, but yeah. I don't know. I'm just waffling on, man. These are the.
No, it's okay. Are you familiar with the Venus cataclysm? Not many people understand that Venus did something very destructful to the Earth and also
No,
creative.
I don't.
Okay, research. Yeah, everyone has to research this who watches these videos. It's important because we're all going through some weird goddess black magic subconsciously, whether we like it or not. There's something about sexual female energy, and men have it too. But Venus is a female symbol, and she basically burned the earth in the 15th century, brother. So your number here is 5 and 1 is for 6. Now, 6 is the so called mark of a beast, but your beasts have breasts, and so they touch and they have sort of sensitive ways of, I don't know, seducing you to maybe go a certain path. Have you ever been tricked and misled and teased, or someone bonding you with these sexual energies? Are you struggling with it today, trying to find some kind of a balance?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, particularly with my ex, and
Sure.
yeah, well, we're kind of still friends, but she just she's all over the shop. I can't help someone like that. I can't help her.
Sure.
But yeah, it's just women. Some of these women in my life, maybe it's because of me. Subconsciously, how I'm choosing them, they just can't let go. They can't. They've got issues with letting go of me.
Hmm.
I don't get it, but
Well, your number 6 and 9 is hooked on each other. It's two hooks, my brother. You understand me?
wow.
You're really good at you're good at making a hook. You're good at advertising. You're good at making something that someone can catch on to. Your personality, you travel a lot, so I'm assuming you're good at marketing or marketing yourself, or you're good at putting a catchphrase together, maybe.
Yeah. I actually am kind of. When I get in the zone, I do get a little bit creative in that regard. But I've noticed with some personalities, once that happens, I get to find out who these women really are. And some of them really get their nose out of joint, and I just feel, they're really not females that I need to be associated with. Um, they've got control issues.
Yeah. Well, I was also involved in many relationships and where women become victims very quickly, and they forget that men have been abused by women. And then, so then when they get angry and they get revenge and they use their sex, they're using their number 6 to your number damn 9. The number 9 is also in the Kabbalah is the Yasod. It is the yes. And so when we orgasm and say yes, which is what we hear a lot, are you really sure about yourself after the sex, right? Are you sure? Can you still maintain a relationship with someone where it's appropriate in terms of letting go, like what you just said? Bondage. 6 and 9 is on top of each other, smothering, choking. A lot of women are into interesting sexual energies. You ever sort of attracted a woman that has some freaky sexual turn-ons? Let's keep it real.
Yeah, I have.
You
I have.
have. So
Yeah.
there we go. You and I are already digging deep. A lot of women don't go there. They don't want to talk about that kind of stuff. And so then what it does is it's bondage. And so then you're now trying to find answers about, okay, what the hell happened to me when I was young? Who was this person touching my parts? A lot of things happen to children. They're innocent. That's why they're used in Babylon. That's why the elite understand to hurt something pure is the best way for them to get the entire earth that is supposed to be pure, unpure. It's the other. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So let me look at your number six. I'm going to ask you some more questions. A good build on this. So, all right. Let's see. Pardon me. Numbers. Let's go to 15 and see what the astrology will be. Nice. Okay. 15. So I'm going to just sort of ask you if you relate to this. 15 is a blend of vibrations of the number 1 and 5, which you've already mentioned 5. Number 1 relates to new beginnings, activities, assertiveness, tenacity, achievement, and success. Does that ring a bell to you?
Yeah, there's three ones in my date of birth, and my date of birth sums up as a five.
Well, look in the calculator, bro. Your number 1 comes up one, two, actually 2 times, but your 2 comes up 3. 4, your nines are it's insane actually. You're supposed to deal with people who are in bondage and you're supposed to help them in a very humble way. You have an actual way to talk about something very difficult and make it sound like you're selling someone a fucking car. You know what I mean? Like you have a very you know what I mean? You have a very salesman voice. It's good. See, we can use the corporate talent, brother. It's nothing wrong with the corporate brain. It's a part of why we're here. We have to use
Yeah,
it for our personal issues and stop making money because most of us want more shit. We get sicker and we have all this damn past trauma and it causes scar tissue. Yes or no?
that's totally true. I've experienced
Dude,
that myself. I've
yeah.
been through that process.
So your number 5 resonates with making life choices, important changes, adaptability. You're in Barcelona, right?
Yeah, which is Spain, which is a number five, and just came from Zaragoza, which totaled to five. I just took a chance on it 2 days ago, and yeah.
Nice. Number 6, man. All right, let's get into this. Okay, so damn it, your number 6 is Venus and Uranus. And it is the lovers. Are you kidding me? Lovers, sex, indigo, purple, and green. You're a very attractive individual. I think that a lot of women just sort of find themselves. Did you ever sort of find it hard to maybe juggle that? Or you seem like a very magnetic man. What's up with that?
I've noticed with some women, depending on how I talk, if I get too sexual, too so-called sleazy, it's a massive turn off for a lot of them. That's fine. I use it as a testing mechanism as well, but I do get sexual urges. I need to control that as well, but there's women out there when I talk to them, they start playing with their hair. They tend don't know what it is, and they keep doing it. But it doesn't matter which one it is. They'll play with their hair, or they'll just brush their hair. They throw their neck, and the hair starts waving when they chat to me. It's funny you said that with the attraction. While I was waiting for you to reconnect, I was going to send you some pictures of what I looked like in July 2016,
Mm-hmm.
and what I look like now. I had a photographer take photos of me in Zaragoza yesterday in Spain, and you'll see, you'll see the transformation.
Sure.
And I'm feeling a lot better about myself, but the Virgo within me really striving for perfection. And when I look at your physique, that's what I'm looking at, what I want to be, defined, chiseled, fit, healthy.
Well, it's called RIP for a reason. See, when we die, we have to be in shape mentally. Your mind is a muscle in which everyone has been dumbed down, sodium, a lot of salt, a lot of sweat, a lot of exertion with over sexual energy, overeating, overachiever. The grass already achieved growth. It's not trying to ask you for $5 and ask you what you think. The grass knows it's going. You feel me?
Yeah, I do.
And what is it? Isn't it sad? All the grass, they all listen to each other and they go side by side, and not one of them, damn it, is the same pattern, but the same color. And how do we have, I don't, it blows my mind. So very good. Thank you for your wisdom. So your Venus and Uranus, your sign is a Virgo, you said?
I think moon's so my sun sign's a Sagittarius, but moon is a Virgo. Yeah, and something that's in connection with Chiron, the wounded healer, on my astrological chart, and you've just resonated. You just said something today about helping people, you know, in pain or in transition, or something like that.
Yes. So, okay. Now, in the tarot, it is the lovers. Commitment, decision, attraction. You already mentioned that we're having some issues. First of all, your mother's the first one. I mean, in Ayurvedic understandings, when you get married, your wife is your mother, a symbol of your mother. Why infidelity is so bad is because you're cheating on your mother Earth, and it's very deep. So I understand lust today. I have issues too. You know, I get it. Women or whatever you like, it sets you off. Your phosphorus levels. It means a fucking star floating around your head. What is she doing right now when we're speaking? And how many people is she making horny and sick and happy? Are you kidding me, man?
That is so true.
Isn't that true? I mean, no one breaks down astrology just sort of like that. So, your astrology is also Libra, Gemini, Mercury, and Venus. Do any of these signs and any one in particular affected you that was a Libra, Gemini, Mercury, or Venus?
My sister's a Gemini.
Okay. How's that relationship?
Oh, it's not. It's just not.
Okay.
It's not happening. Yeah.
Okay.
She's very headstrong and she does her own thing, and
Okay.
I can't help her, man. Good luck to her.
Got
But
you.
yeah, my mum's a Pisces. My auntie, her sister, she's close with, is a Virgo. My father's also Pisces. Mercury, something with Mercury, Uranus, and Neptune's coming into my life lately. But Mercury, yeah, not sure.
Well, you know, Venus exalts in Pisces. They forget that.
Okay, what does that mean actually? Exactly.
Pardon me?
What does it mean exactly when one sign exalts in another?
Well, it's kind of like this. It's basically, you know how you have a hierarchy on this planet with people, lieutenant and private. So basically, you have that in the stars, right? Like if you look at your stars right now, some are sort of twinkling a little bit, sort of stuttering. They don't sort of shine as bright, right? So there's a force of energy, the behind the dome, my brother, okay, the lieutenant, the exalted, that makes the shape and puts the light in the star that made me. So now I'm gonna slow down. So what exalts is basically the thing you will never see, right, on this planet right now, only in death. So the exalted would be, let's just say, what's behind the star. So everyone who thinks they're a star and a badass, I got some news for you. It's called a spotlight. The spotlight would be your exalter, would be the thing giving you oxygen. So every star has to kind of check itself. Does that make sense?
Okay, yep.
So basically, Venus is an issue here. Women, and you were talking to me about you've had some abuse. I was abused by my mother, and that's the number 6. It's women are very alpha today. So I will tell you, your gnothology is harmony. Do you like to sing? Do you rap at all? I always encourage everyone to do poetry because your hippocampus means hippity hop in etymology. Are you into music or singing?
I love singing. I love performing arts. I love theatre. I love dancing. Lately, I've just been focusing yesterday writing affirmations, writing intentions, and fusing that with numbers and straight. I'm just going with the flow at the moment.
Great. You sound like you're in harmony with everything. So your corresponding rune is Gibo. Gibo is Gift, Gifu, or Geofu. Geo is the earth. So you have people that are afraid of truth around you and anything to do with earth. Isn't it funny how when you walk barefoot or if you start researching flat earth and earth is the cube in geometry, you ever notice how your friends and your family and people you might work with, they all kind of change on you?
When they realise who I am, who I truly am, only after I've outspoken
Yeah.
what what I see, and how I, you know, how I visualise things. Yeah, I tend to be that sort of that polar shift for them. Then when they go, oh shit, I thought you were a certain type. Now I realise who you are. They either come to me or they completely reject me and walk away.
I see an X on a stone for your rune. Any drug issues? Any people around you that were close to you? A lot of us have experienced this. That got stoned a lot and had a problem with being addicted to something.
A lot of alcoholism
Okay,
in the family lineage. Distilling our own, basically spirits
sure.
and wines and stuff that heavy drinking and smoking. I no longer drink or smoke now. It's been over 12 months, and I don't eat meat anymore. But fish, I'm sort of still dabbling with fish.
Okay.
Yeah, so alcoholism, cannabis, yes. My uncle was a massive grower. Now he's,
Oh wow, good
a,
connection
yeah,
there.
like commercial quantities where
Wow,
it was just insane. All outdoor as well, nothing hydro.
wow,
But it's got like a forest, basically.
beautiful.
So it's hardcore, but God, he's really aged, and yeah,
I
he's
may have to
unreal.
call him soon. Okay, so your key phrase is this: to tread a spiritual path, you must be both a giver and a receiver. Does that mean anything to you?
Okay, it does. I've always given, and I've been very reluctant or shy to receive.
Hmm.
And I want to completely transform that to the point where, I've always felt this thing with, give, and earn the right to ask for the knowledge of the business. Now I'm really sort of growing out of that shyness with my physical transformation, my mental transformation. I think it's time that I accept, you know, receiving things after I've given, and vice versa.
Well, okay, I'm gonna go on a whim here. Gibo is also a bogey. Do you like golf? Are you interested in golf at all? I don't know why I'm asking.
Look, I've never played. Look, I've had a bit of golf, but I feel like that I need to get into golf to connect with certain people in my life.
Aha. Is it so it's a popular thing that you probably need that you've maybe been thinking of using to help your consciousness in the corporate world?
100%. You just got me. You got me right there.
Nice. Okay, so brother, here's the thing. So I already know how to. This is a great build. Thank you for this. First of all, for you know a lot of stuff. So we're just basically rapping here, showing that we're connected. This is not only about magic and being psychic. It's just showing that everyone is psychic. Because, for example, someone warned someone the other day, "Hey, that's a bad person. Don't go out with them." And maybe they were right. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
That's all I'm trying to do. And people have to, that's psychic. But then dig into that and become powerful. So learn the golf. Be good at taking compliments. Yeah, don't worry about that. Like let them give you love. When your mom abused,
It's
go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, it's just with the female thing of even the astrologist, the French lady said, look, Bobby, has got issues, trust issues, particularly with females. So it's a matter of trust and
Sure.
and an ego pride thing where I give them trust and then they abuse my kindness, mistake my kindness a weakness, and then label me as gullible, which really pisses me off. So it's this trust thing I really need to get out of my gut and get over it.
Well, bless you for actually speaking about your trauma with females. Usually we hear females are getting hurt by men or by other women. And You see there's a psyop happening in pop culture, the feminist movement. We already know the CIA was involved in infiltrating this, and celebrities got involved, and people have to stop right there. Because celestial means the blue sky. You understand me? Your
Yeah.
sphenoid bone relates to a celestial sphere. And you mean to tell me every movie I saw that all my girlfriends or my friends loved, that we all memorized the lines, every movie I saw, they didn't tell me they're standing in the place of my sky, of my skull? So now I'm encouraging everyone, go to the red carpet, go to any celebrity you see in the mall. If you bump into them, you say, why didn't you tell me celestial means me? In etymology, it's called a sphenoid bone. It's called I am a celestial heavenly being too. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Now, that division is what made us, you and me, bitter. That division is what made your mom probably abuse you and women stab you. So, some men out there are looking for a truther or an individual, whatever gender, that can allow a man to bleed and show his tears and say that, yes, we get hurt by women too. That's okay to say, yes or no?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
And you can't today. Today, some people, for example, I was speaking to a student at university, and I was helping him understand that there were 5 elements, not 4. They duped him. I was like, you have a head. A dodecahedron is your 5th. That is your number 2, my brother. He's telling me about some story about how he was accused of sexual harassment. It wasn't true. And he defended himself. And I think he got off because he had good evidence that he didn't harass anyone sexually. But then when he wants to speak about it, my brother, they have a movement where he cannot do that, or he'll get in trouble and he'll be like taken out of the school. You understand me?
That's disgusting.
It's fucked up. That's division. So now, your meaning is also gift, offering, love, balance, and hospitality. You have that. Your Viking rune equivalent in meaning is partnership. Partner with your own truth. You don't need a physical body. A gift, take compliments. Always take compliments and give them. Good deeds, good karma. You'll ascend that way. Offering from the gods. Very simple. You and I right now are offering each other God's wisdom. Yes or no?
Yes.
That's called doing right. This video right now is only about showing people action. Do something. Don't worry about being good or bad at it. I don't read any books on astrology, and I know what I'm doing. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. So you have a spiritual gift to promote harmony and bring about union. Your I Ching is unity, and your corresponding letter is G. Does G have anything interesting to do with your life? Your last name, right?
Yeah, G. And
Yeah.
it's funny, G, 3 occasions I was asked to join Freemasonry, the square and compass.
Oh,
And
wait a minute. Beautiful.
I've always had this resonance with Masonry, except, this thing, it just always pulled me away from it because of the people currently in there.
Ooh,
it's not
you
the
just
astrology that's wrong. It's not the astrology that's wrong. It's the astrologers that are wrong, that are misinterpreting information based on their own personal needs, wants, desires, control mechanisms. And no, it's not for me. I'm 100% for unity and hospitality and helping people communicating. I love that. I'm getting tingles up my spine just thinking about what you just said, man.
Yeah. Well, this is why I do what I do. I do these videos to get people to get the light working in their heart and souls. You see what I'm saying? A light worker means this. If I can rap and light comes out of my mouth, I have a video. Everyone go see it. It's called Awakened Teacher. Shows a supernatural ability. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody else. I, for some reason, put my bars together. And when I rapped, a light came out of my mouth. So that now when I'm talking to you, it's about creating a frequency and putting my bars, my rhymes. We're rapping right now and making consciousness. You and I are just doing a damn reading. You feel me?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. And so now you're motivated to just exist. You're motivated to just realize that what you're doing is enough. Most people get readings because they have so many questions. I can tell you don't have too many. You're just curious. That's a different thing. Curious allows space for questions, but doesn't ask questions. That's deep shit, right?
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
Yes, and you're already there. So I encourage you to, yes, once again, look for compliments. And now I'm going to ask you a few more questions about your number. So 6 relates to dolphins, a snake, and a hummingbird. Do any of these things have any personal relations to you?
The snake. Well, I am around a lot of snakes physically and metaphorically speaking. It's not so much a bad thing now. I think it's more of a knowledge-based thing. Hummingbirds. And what was the third one?
Dolphin.
Yeah, dolphins, water dolphins, blood dolphins, protecting aspect of dolphins.
What is your actual sign? Sorry, what is your actual birth sign?
Sagittarian.
Right.
Born on the cusp. So the 22nd, I think, of November is Scorpio. Some people say more of a scorpion. I've got a bit of a sting in my tail. A bit of a venomous bite. But yeah, apparently I'm a Saggy, and the moon signs of Virgo, very, very hard on myself.
How are you with hunting culture? See, there's a lot of hunters out there, and I know that you're a
that's
business.
funny you said that.
Go ahead.
Hunting, not in terms of the physical aspect of hunting. For me, it's goodwill hunting, like that movie Goodwill Hunting with. I think you've seen it.
Yes.
You've seen this. Yeah, Goodwill Hunting. I'll put people in certain scenarios as a chameleon and to test and see what the resolve is, who their true self is, and whether I should bring them into my fold as a friend, people that I can trust. So yeah, hunting is more of I'm hunting for goodwill these days.
Okay, so as you're hunting, other people will hunt you as well, right? So I'm preparing you to also realize that as a Jupiter, Sagittarius is Jupiter. Now that's supposed to be jovial, but he's in Capricorn, where Satan, the dark humor, rules. Why you have Walking Dead, and half of our children right now have their face in their phone, and they're zombied out with radiation 5G, your number, and the letter G. Oh, I have an aha moment. I think you're sent here to help people to look at their technology differently. You sound like a business-oriented, focused guy that could be in a very corporate, very professional, rich people. And I feel like you could help them look at their phones and these symbols and the radiation and how it's hurting them. And I also see you being someone that could possibly even influence Freemasons to come out and to speak more, because they're very scared because of karma and I know guilt. Does that ring a bell to you at all, that ability to have that?
I think so. I totally agree with that. I just feel certain forces are really resisting my attempts, but I'm pushing straight through it. And I feel the more pain that they're exerting, the worse it's actually going to be for them. I think we're going through a massive transition period now. I am delving into technologies. That's why I went to the south of France. We did discuss 5G. And
wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. You just said that's the most important part of this video. So you've been talking to people about 5G?
Yes, we have been. And how to eliminate the influence of that. How to live with it. Because the so-called reptilians, these people who control this earth, is their earth, they've set the agenda, but with someone like me, I feel I'm perceived as a threat where there will be leakage, there will be people escaping from that 5G net of theirs.
What is your job, sir? You sound like you're involved in you sound like you're already working in an environment where there's a lot of power. What do you do?
Jay, I spent 18 years at Crown Casino as a pit boss. I started in hospitality tourism at age 18, worked my way as a croupier all the way through pit boss level, where I was running about 200 tables in Australia's largest casino gaming entertainment area. Hospitality tourism is in my blood, learning to serve and serve well with distinction, being around high net worth clients, as well as just the average Joe Blow. I love resonating with all of them and providing memorable experiences now. I actually work in mining, in iron ore, and for for ASX top 200 mining company where the billions of dollars are being exchanged. But I'm more physically in the elements now, and coming up with ideas and methodology and strategies of making the business better. And yeah, so you're totally right. I'm around that super wealth.
Yes, I can hear it.
And the corporate, I've always been a corporate sort of a guy, but like you said, it doesn't have to be a bad thing. You can do great things at scale at that commercial level, absolutely. It's just that I'm at this stage where I've got to be very, very cautious now with the developmental process of what I'm involved in and how I'm resonating with certain things, new technologies, to talk to the right people, because I just feel that there's some assholes out there that just want something for nothing and want to rip you off in some way, shape.
Well, you're here to definitely deal with them, and I mean deal on the dealers, the big dealers. You're able to hang out with people who have the briefcase stuff, if you know what I mean. But I want to bring back Uranus because you mentioned mines, right?
Yeah, Uranus came into my reading as well. I think it's a small planet, but with a massive antenna, such huge communication. Yeah.
But you have depleted uranium. Depleted uranium, right, relates to these things that mines and what they're using. So I encourage you to research that and what they're using to hurt our third world, so-called third eye pineal gland people with the star system. Now I'm going to tell you something very important. So Uranus relates to the term homosexual. I'm not saying anything about you. I'll tell you, I'm going to ask you a question about something else. So Uranian means Uranus and relates to the word homosexual. So I'm going to ask this. Have you ever in your life, maybe as a young person, were you abused by anyone that might have seemed to be homosexual? Have you been around situations where someone felt repressed? Did you feel awkward at all by anything at all? But because we have a very big problem today. We're in the age of Aquarius, ruled by Uranus, and there is an agenda with gender badly happening in pop culture. So I'm just going to put that out there and just take your time, and it's just to think fully with that. Does that ring any kind of bells there?
Mate, yeah, probably. So as a young kid, just the sexual things, happenings with young men. Look, I absolutely have no issues with gay people that actually are in my life today, one of my best friends. So that's not a problem, but just this sex guilt and the fear of women that I think some people, even family members, get entities in them that have pulled me to them sexually, in a gay male way. But I love women more. I really do love women more.
Listen, I only have 2 minutes left, and I want to say Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Shiva Boom Om, JHE and Bobby. Now, Bobby, I bless you, because as a man who is attracted to a certain gender, you've opened up about your gay experiences. I've had some too, and that's called what this is about. Repressing anything, homophobia, acting too strongly on one side is what gets us divided, and why even the truth movement, there's homophobia there. There's, I don't know about that. Well, then Uranus is going to know about what you do when you die. You'll go into oblivion. You cannot ignore something very important about ourselves. So I wanted to just really, for this last minute, did you want to just quickly say what your thoughts are about this reading and what it meant to you?
Look, it's been amazing. You've opened up certain crevices and things that, in my mind, I think have been sort of holding me back a bit. And I think it's time I sort of just let go and delve into it more and just get into the flow.
Yes, we have 10 seconds left, and I want to say thank you again to Bobby. Much love to Australia. I haven't been there yet. And good day, and thank you so much for choosing me and letting me do your reading, brother.
Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate it. I'm looking forward to the recording. I'll have to listen to it.
Oh, of course. I'm gonna upload it soon, and we end it there.